2 straight years?
Well, for us, it's a really tough pill to swallow because when you look back, on the season comprehensively, we had so many different types of hurdles. You talk about Corey Allen. I mean, God bless that kid. 18 points today, been playing with a knee injury all season long. You look at guys like Gerald Blackshear, who's been out, for a month or so. We lose a couple guys, not only to injury, but academics, and Jaleel Hogan, all-conference caliber player, along with Tariq Jones. And then Isaiah Jones goes down for a significant period of time. Cam Chapman, who played well today, was out for 11 days, due to a concussion. And so we've had issue after issue. Jermaine Jackson Jr., ankle, still isn't 100%, but I thought he played with a lot of heart today, And so for us to end on this note, there's a sense of respect that I have for our student athletes being able to persevere through all of the different things that they've had to deal with. Because when you look back over the course of this season, there hadn't been a week where we've had our full bevy of the roster, with the exception of our closed scrimmage at Akron to start the year. So it's always tough when you can't advance. You're always excited about having new life, with regards to going into postseason play at 0-0. But again, I just thought that today's contest, we ran into a team that shot the ball extremely well and had an outlier in Hankerson, who could not miss a shot that he threw up to the basket today.
Coach, is that in your 2 years the best individual performance that you've had against your team from Hankerson in that game?
Yeah, I believe so. That young man who's a local product, not only displayed the poise, but the confidence that really allowed Green Bay to, not only remain in the lead, but grab the lead back even when we made our run. And sometimes it's just that guy that you don't expect to step up and rise to the occasion, and that's what we saw today, in Hankerson.
Coach, like you just said, a game like this is a tough pill to swallow, but is there a part of you that's looking forward to having that fresh start next season, being able to kind of clean the slate of everything that's gone on this year and just kind of get back to Detroit Mercy basketball?
Yeah, exactly. Anytime you're building a program, you're always trying to find, not only the small victories along the way when you experience different types of adversities, but it's also important to note that when you're transitioning, a program now in month 23, you want to make sure that you're continuing to build the culture, how we go to class. I have 7 players on my AD honor roll this year. That's never been done in Detroit Mercy basketball history. We got seniors graduating on time. Things are progressing. You got some young guys in Cole Long, Corey Allen, Jermaine Jackson Jr. and others, that are showing signs of being future stars of this league. And so as we continue to build, add, and grow the culture of Detroit Mercy basketball, that fresh start, if you will, which starts really at the conclusion of the horn reading, triple zeros. We start our work, in off season, the weight room, things of that nature, as we bring in our new recruits and continue to build.
Bacari, you talk about Hankerson. I would assume he's a guy that you saw at some point on recruiting trails or in high school games in Michigan. What did you see from him then, and does this kind of performance surprise you?
Well, it's always good to watch guys develop and evolve. Now, Hankerson specifically, in case you're wondering, was a kid that committed to Green Bay prior to me being hired, at Detroit Mercy. So, one would wonder, man, did they miss out on him as a talent? But he was already spoken for. The thing that you are most compelled by is just a young person's ability to get better, not over the course of his career, Tony, but in the season. I think the 3 games that we've played, first time out, really didn't do much. Second time, showed some signs of life. And today, he was an absolute outlier. He was arguably the best player in the gym. And so he deserves a lot of credit, and the staff there deserves a lot of credit for preparing him for that moment.
And you talk about the progress you've made as a program, in your eyes, at least in the classroom. It's a wins and loss business. You had 8 wins last year, 8 wins this year. Where's the progress on the court?
It's hard to really evaluate that progress because it's very important in sports to have all your horses at the race. And so anytime you're absent of all conference caliber talent. We felt that defensively, having guys like Isaiah Jones who alters or blocks shots, Tariq Jones, defensive versatility, things of that nature available to you. Gerald Blackshear, who's been gone half the season, another athletic big who can erase mistakes. You probably saw some second chance opportunities towards the bottom stretch of today's game. Those guys cure those ills for you. So when you're really trying to evaluate those W's and those L's, it becomes a tough, thing to really put your hands around, because the team that you go out and recruit and assemble is not the team that you get to go out there and fight with each and every game. So it's so important in the evaluation of that, knowing that injuries and things like that are inevitable. It's just difficult to really have a feel for progress. You see guys getting better. I mean, Cole Long got better as a player. Corey Allen, got better, even though he was playing through injury all season long. You look at guys like Cam Chapman. I mean, I couldn't imagine, having coached him at Michigan, that he would be that consistent of a player with improved jumper, ball handling skills, et cetera. So when you look at just straight wins and losses, it seems like we're still kind of, at a plateau, if you will, and hadn't made that bump. But in year 2, the difference is you just didn't have the full bevy of your talent available. I would have loved to see that. The last time I had my full team, now that the season's over, I guess I can disclose it, we were up 25 at Akron. And so it's so compelling to cite that, because, again, all of those pieces, that are available to you, is so key when you're trying to build a program and get some momentum. Clearly, we upgraded the talent from a year ago, but in terms of producing the results, chemistry is very, very important, as much as the biology in terms of having the bodies available.
Final question from Jen, please.
You guys went up on that 19-4 run and took a lead from them. What do you think happened after that? Do you think maybe it just kind of wiped them out a little bit? They fought so hard to come back, or you took their foot off the gas a little bit? Can you kind of just put together the frustration of that? And what do you think led to that after the run?
Jennifer, I think that's a great question. When you build deficits or teams shoot the way that they shot in the first half and you storm such a comeback like we did, it does tap you out. And that's what we saw today. I think all season long we've seen a Detroit Mercy Titans team that have had stretches of 10, 15, 20, 25, and even sometimes 30 minutes of really good basketball. And again, our quest all season long is to try to put 40 minutes together. Does that added depth, not having bodies, help you? Sure. Does that, experience that you lose, having a guy like Jalil Hogan not on the floor as a senior, or a junior and Tariq Jones, or a junior and Gerald Blackshear on the floor help you? Sure. But specifically, in that instance, when we made that run, as you notice, I didn't sub at all, because I didn't want anybody to pinch me. I said, let's just keep the momentum going, because when good moments are so fleeting throughout the course of a long college season, you just want to ride the wave.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.